Oral Traditions presents Armageddon Avenue. This production contains people behaving poorly and would likely be rated PG, not suitable for pre-teenagers.
Prosperity Acres is one of those places that seems a little too perfect. The lots are all laid out the same way, the houses are all the same size and shape, the grass is cut to a uniform length. That may sound a little boring, even a little Soviet, but there are a lot of perks too. The Homeowners Association fees pay for the Wi-Fi throughout the development, the kids can walk or bike to school, and there's a village center with an organic grocery store, a couple restaurants, and the kind of boutique shops where people with too much money can buy things they don't really need. Prosperity Acres is a planned community, and the people who live there like it the way it is. The people who live there really like living there, so there's not a lot of resident turnover. Last month, something rare happened. A house actually went on the market. The owners loved the place, didn't really want to leave, but the husband got a job transfer, had to move, the usual story. The house on 618 Eden Avenue was not on the market for very long. For this week's episode of That's American Living, we spoke to the new homeowners, 3 brothers, to find out what it's like to be the new residents of a place like Prosperity Acres. Hi, thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, no problem. Big fans of the show.
Could you start by telling the listeners your name?
Yeah, it's Pestilence.
That's a unique name.
Yeah, it's a family name.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm kind of in the medical field.
How are you... I don't understand. How are you kind of in the medical field? I mean, are you a doctor?
No, I'm on the other side of the medical field.
Do you do something with patient advocacy?
No, it's more like patient supply.
That's really unusual. I haven't heard of that before.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a niche industry.
So, are you successful at what you do?
It hasn't been good, man. Penicillin's been really bad for me. Look, I don't really like talking about my job.
Pestilence didn't really want to talk about what attracted him to living in Prosperity Acres in the first place. So I spoke to one of his brothers, who was a little more forthcoming.
Hi, my name's Famine. Really psyched about living here in Prosperity Acres. We're really looking for a change, and this place just seemed really great. We can ride our bikes everywhere, which we really like, and like everyone has a garden here, and like that, it's really good for me.
So, you garden?
No, I'm like a oppositional gardener is how I'd characterize myself.
An oppositional gardener? What's that?
It's like gardeners are concerned with growing things, with making things grow, and I'm like, what I do is make sure that all things don't grow.
So like the opposite of a green thumb?
Yeah, like that.
So I really started to notice a trend here with these brothers and the kinds of things they did. And it really struck me as unusual that they would want to live in a place like Prosperity Acres. I mean, why here? Why move to a place where everything's so happy and healthy, peaceful and prosperous, when what you stand for is in such stark opposition to that?
I've been unhappy since 1970.
What happened in 1970?
That stupid song came out.
What song is that?
You know what song. War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. That's me. War.
Your name is War?
Yeah. And then the singer goes, say it again. Do you know what something like that does to your self-esteem? Hearing people, strangers, say that you're good for absolutely nothing over and over again?
How old were you in 1970? You look, 30s, 40s?
I'm as old as the conflict I sow. Since Cain slew Abel, I've been here.
That's a long time.
An eternity.
So again, I was struck by what a strange fit these guys were for this neighborhood. After they'd moved in, gotten settled, I caught up with them at the monthly Homeowners Association meeting. This was their first time meeting most of their neighbors.
My name is Shirley Shrillingham. I'm the president of the Prosperity Acres Homeowners Association. We're meeting here at the Prosperity Acres Interfaith Center, which we use for different church services, but also meetings like this and activities for kids and all sorts of things. It's got kind of a retro, modern look, and we really consider it the crown jewel of the village center.
Shirley says that she considers these meetings to be good for community morale. There's a potluck, and some of the older kids watch the younger kids, and it's really just an opportunity to smooth the few little minor issues that come up in the community.
These meetings would last half as long if it wasn't for Gloria Grayson.
Who's Gloria Grayson?
She's my nemesis. I mean, not really. Nobody really has enemies here. I mean, we all get along even when we're not getting along.
The meeting was, for the most part, pretty unremarkable. They read the minutes of the previous meeting, made some community announcements, pretty standard stuff. I was interested to see if the newest residents would get involved, and I have to say, I wasn't disappointed.
Yeah, I'd like to ask a question.
Oh, one of our new neighbors. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, what is your question, Mr.?
It's Pestilence. And yeah, I wanted to find out about the vaccination situation with the kids.
Okay, and what exactly is your question?
So, yeah, the kids. At school and stuff, are they all being vaccinated?
Well, of course they are, Mr. Pestilence. I'm sorry I didn't realize you had children.
Oh, no, I don't. See, I'm just wondering if maybe we were thinking that maybe it's not a great idea, vaccinating kids.
I'm sorry, what is your interest in all this?
See, I'm kind of in the disease business.
Well, I, for one, think it's an excellent question. Why aren't we asking more questions about vaccinating children?
Gloria, we're not going into this again.
It was on Oprah, Shirley. Jenny McCarthy was on Oprah saying that vaccinations are bad. It wouldn't be on Oprah if it wasn't right.
I'm really uncomfortable around all this food.
Yeah? Why is that?
It just makes me feel like I'm not doing my job, you know?
Oh, the oppositional gardening thing you were telling me about earlier.
Yeah, that, and I mean, there's a lot more to my whole, it's about scarcity, I guess what I'm trying to, say about it.
Scarcity?
Yeah, like this whole thing, I mean, this potluck and all this, the food and stuff, and it's like, there's just so much plenty and, prosperity, and it's like, yeah.
It's like a cornucopia?
Yeah, that's it exactly.
For the most part, the guys didn't really mingle very much. After the meeting, they kind of kept to themselves. Pestilence left early, and Famine kept loading up plates of food and slipping them in the trash. Before the night was over, I did see the third brother, War, talking to the woman who we heard earlier in the meeting, HOA President Shirley Shrillingham's not nemesis, Gloria Grayson.
I'd be pretty mad if I were you.
What's that?
The meeting. It sounds like you really had something to say.
Oh, the vaccines? I mean, I don't know. Maybe Jenny McCarthy isn't right.
But Shirley makes you pretty mad.
Well, sure, there's the whole thing of... It isn't important.
What is it?
It's the lawn flamingos.
There are lawn flamingos?
No, there aren't lawn flamingos. That's the whole thing.
Shirley doesn't like lawn flamingos?
Look, I understand thinking they're tacky, but these aren't just knockoff lawn flamingos. These are original lawn flamingos from Leominster, Massachusetts. Lots of people want them, and Shirley, she's just... I don't know.
She's the president.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
But maybe she shouldn't be.
You really are new here. I've run against her for HOA president I don't know how many times already. No way I'll ever beat her.
There are other ways to force a change of leadership. You could...
Look, I've got to run. I may not be the president of HOA, but I am the president of the leftover committee.
If you're getting the sense that these guys weren't fitting in with their new neighbors, you aren't alone. I visited them at their home a few days later, and they were pretty discouraged. They were even talking about packing up and leaving Prosperity Acres after just a few weeks.
It's not working out like we expected.
But come on, you guys, there are still things we could do to make it better here.
We're supposed to be making things worse.
Well, yeah, we can get better at making things worse.
It sucks here, but it's gonna suck anywhere.
I just think we could use, a fresh start.
This is a fresh start. But it could be, a rotten start. Start getting rotten. You know.
Everybody's so nice. Why is everybody gotta be so frickin' nice all the time? Like, every car here yields to bike traffic. What does it take to make these people petty and vindictive?
Yeah, but I mean, have you tried, like, really messing up traffic? Or rude gestures? Try rude gestures. Everybody loves rude gestures.
Look, maybe we just have to admit that this place is, I don't know, too good for us?
Or we're just not bad enough anymore.
Or maybe that, yeah.
You guys don't say that.
They went on like this for a while. It's all on tape, but you get the idea. They might have kept arguing like this until the end of the world, but then something happened. It was a phone call.
Yeah, hello?
Hey, cousin, guess who?
Oh, hey, Death.
Look, I'm in your neighborhood. I'm outside of this Mexican place. Meet me over here.
Yeah, sure, we'll be right over.
In the end, Pestilence was the only one who went to meet their cousin at the Mexican restaurant. I tagged along to see if I could learn a little more about this unusual family. I apologize in advance for the quality of the audio. This is the first time I've conducted an interview bicycle to bicycle. So do you see your cousin often?
No, not really.
So you guys aren't close?
No, we're not close.
Why aren't the other guys coming?
They don't like him.
But you do?
No, I don't like him either.
So why'd you agree to meet him?
I guess it's a family thing.
Why don't you guys like him?
My brothers and I have always had this thing that's like our thing, you know? The Three Riders of Armageddon. That's our thing, right?
Sure.
And he's like always trying to make it his thing too. And we're like, find your own thing. This is our thing, not your thing. Find your own thing.
So he's kind of annoying?
Yeah, that's it.
So we got to the restaurant to meet the cousin, and I have to say, the guy we met, not what I expected at all.
Broseph McCarthy, what's up?
Hey, Death.
Where's the other guys?
Yeah, they were busy, I guess.
That's cool. Come on, let's go in and grab a table.
Right this way, gentlemen.
Thanks. Dos cervezas, por favor. That's how you order Corona with lime in Mexican.
Your server will be right with you, gentlemen.
Who are you then?
I'm the Maitre D.
More like Maitre, duh. Bring us some chips, too.
I'll send your server right over.
So what brings you to town, Death?
Ha! Straight to the point. I like your style, Broseph Conrad. Listen, I need a place to crash while I write my memoirs. I'm calling it Death by Chocolate. Because women buy books and women love chocolate.
Here are your drinks, gentlemen.
Thanks, doll. Tell me, how does Death by Chocolate sound to you?
Pretty good, I guess.
Point proven.
Are you ready to order?
You still got that buy one, get one free taco special going?
Yes.
Great. He'll take 3 chicken tacos and I'll take 3 free steak tacos.
All right, I'll put that in for you.
You know what I don't get?
What?
BOGO.
What are you talking about?
You know, buy one, get one, BOGO. Like it's a deal. But isn't that how an exchange economy works? I mean, you buy one thing, you get one thing.
I guess.
That's why I always make a point of saying, buy one, get one free. But nobody ever wants to say BOGOF.
Look, about you staying with us...
BOGOF!
I'm just not sure it's such a great idea.
Listen, how's your thing going? You know, your thing? Like that thing that's your thing?
You mean Pestilence?
Yeah, that thing.
To be honest, pretty lousy lately.
Yeah? What's up with that?
I mean, these days everybody's got antibiotics and vaccines and it's just hard, you know?
Yeah, look, what if I call it Death by Twilight instead?
What?
You know, the book. Like, if there's one thing women like more than chocolate, it's gotta be Twilight, right?
I guess.
Look, let me break down the problem for you. Like, the bubonic plague, right? That was good stuff, man. You were really on your game, but times have changed and you gotta change with them. Like, you can't keep trying to recreate your greatest hits. You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
No, Death by Pinterest. That's $1 million title right there. Top of the bestseller list, film option, points off the back end, merchandising, the works.
What are you talking about?
Look, Broseph Stalin, I apologize. I'm a little all over the place. It's the ADD.
What?
You know, attention deficit dish whatever. It's awesome. I mean, it sucks, but it's like awesome. Because you know why?
Why?
Because, bros, if Goebbels, anyone can self-diagnose themselves or their kids or their whatever with it.
Yeah?
Yeah. So how about maybe I crash with you guys a while, put this lucrative memoir thing on hold and help you guys out with your things?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's maybe a good idea.
Death ended up being a big help to Pestilence. They started putting up flyers around the neighborhood, at the schools, around the village center. Flyers about ADD, how to diagnose it, do you or your child have it. Before long, doctors' offices were full, and teachers and bosses were being handed notes about this person's and that person's condition. A plague had descended on Prosperity Acres.
I really hate this place.
Even more so than his neighbor's backyard gardens, the organic grocery store was Famine's real bête noire. Even after his cousin had helped Pestilence unleash a true epidemic on the neighborhood, Famine was still skeptical Death could help him with his problem.
So this is the place, huh?
Yeah. I mean, our neighbors, they're all like, only eat healthy and, natural and organic and whatever. And yeah, like as long as this place is, I don't know, here and everything, I'm never gonna,
Bro, DiMaggio, I love you like you were my cousin's brother, but you are not the most articulate dude.
Yeah. What's that got to do with anything?
Look, you're what, like thinking in terms of blight or swarm of locusts or mass spoilage or something like that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and, in like the good old days, like, that stuff always, worked, and yeah, it's like, stuff like that, like, they're classics for a reason,
Sure, and like, hey, I get it, Broseph Gordon-Levitt. You want to hit like a third world country? Like, if that's your bag? Yeah, the classics are gonna work. But I'm telling you, out here in the burbs, you gotta think different.
So, okay, yeah, great advice or whatever. But what? Like, I don't know, how does that, actually solve my problems?
Okay, General Broseph Hooker, you're at like an 8, and I need you at like a 3.
Fine, what?
It's not about creating actual scarcity anymore. I mean, all these people, your neighbors, these people actually throw food out. You gotta move hearts and minds, bro Biden.
Okay, so how do I do that?
Okay, check this out. These people, they're about labels, right?
Yeah, I mean, they are, yeah.
There you go. That's how you get them.
You mean... Okay. Yeah, I get it. Like, okay, so when there's no labels on their food, they won't, they won't know what their food is, so, they won't be able to make anything, and yeah, when that happens, they're all starved, right?
Not quite, Broseph Elmankevich. It's not the labels themselves, it's the contents of the labels. They're buying this stuff, cooking it up, eating it all based on the notion that it's all healthy and natural and organic, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, right. Yeah.
So, all you gotta do is convince them that their labels are lying to them.
Convince them that their labels are lying to them. That's just what Famine did. He created a blog called Prosperity Acres Organic, and through articles like 5 things that you think are organic but actually aren't, 10 secrets our grocery store is hiding, and polluted plants and sullied soil, he undermined everyone's confidence in the food they bought and the food they grew. In a matter of weeks, the local restaurants lost all their business, all the backyard gardens were torn up, and the organic grocery store shut down. Even in a place like Prosperity Acres, Famine found a way.
I just think there's something really festive and fun about lawn flamingos,
Remember the woman who talked to War back at the Homeowners Association meeting? Gloria Grayson. That's her talking to one of her neighbors, Madeline Madeira, about her passion, adding lawn flamingos to the landscape of Prosperity Acres.
And these aren't the tacky ones. They're from Leominster, Massachusetts. Surely Shrillingham just doesn't want to listen to anyone else's opinion but her own.
Oh, totally. Totally.
I really should run for HOA president again.
You'd be such a good president. Such a good president.
Not that I'd ever win. She's got her little minions. All those little kiss-ups like Antoinette Anderson.
Oh, totally. Totally.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just follow my lead, bro Montana.
Oh, Mr. War! How nice to see you again. Looks like you got a package.
Oh, this? Yeah, a little something we ordered online. Check out the return address.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
What is it? What's in the box? What's in the box?
Madeline, this box is from Leominster, Massachusetts.
That's your place. Your place with the thing you like.
Check it out, ladies.
I burn. I pine. I perish.
Gloria! It's those pink ostriches you like.
They're flamingos, Madeline.
Ah, even better.
Not all wars are fought with weapons, ladies.
Though the best ones are.
I'm kind of doing a thing here, Haley Bro Osmond.
Violence is really the best.
We get it, Bro Pesci. You like guns.
And swords, and spears, and hand grenades.
Ladies. There's this saying about how it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. But what I'm saying is, sometimes you ask for neither. You know what I'm saying?
No. What are you saying?
What I'm saying is you got all these flamingos and you got all these lawns, so why don't you put 2 and 2 together and make some beautiful math?
You're right! I'll do it right now. Come on, Madeline.
This is just what I need to distract me from my children's ADD and my own crippling hunger.
I still think this would have been better with tanks.
I know you did, Bro Montana. I know you did.
It's been a month since the last homeowners meeting here in Prosperity Acres, and while the first one was a pretty sedate affair, tonight's meeting was downright acrimonious.
People, quiet, please. Look, before we get to our agenda, it's really important that we address the issue of these lawn flamingos. Their presence is in direct opposition of
Leave them alone, Shirley! Everybody else loves them! They're a beautiful miracle!
The chair does not... Let the record reflect that the chair does not recognize Mrs. Grayson at this time.
The revolution will not be silenced!
Be quiet, Gloria. Shirley's talking.
Oh, suck a butt, Antoinette!
Real nice language, Gloria.
Suck 2 butts, Antoinette.
Maybe worry less about the flamingos and more about your kid, Madeline.
What's wrong with my kid?
Stop that! Hey, stop that! He is biting my kid. Look at that right there.
So? Your kid was hitting him first.
My son has ADD.
Well, my son has ADHD.
What's ADHD again?
Attention deficit hyperactivity, whatever. These kooks love it.
I move for a vote of no confidence in our president. You can't even organize a potluck.
That's because... Mr. Famine, can you address this issue, please?
Well, the thing of that is, I mean, Madam President, is that it's like, on my blog,
what my cousin is trying to say, everyone, is that you should really check out his next blog post. 7 fraudulent organic products that are killing you every day, which goes live tomorrow.
Your kid is biting my kid again.
So what? ADHD. ADHD!
We'll see how you like getting bit.
Not if I bite you first.
Stop it! Get off of me! No, I told you I love
Let's get out of here.
No, they're not!
You guys, that was amazing. Now I know how Stella felt when she got her groove back.
Love that movie.
I prefer the book.
Hey, where are our bikes?
Bro Namath, it's time we talked about something.
What is it, Death?
It's about branding, all right? You guys have had your thing for eons, the whole 3 riders of the Armageddon thing. And that was a great thing, but I think I've proven I'm part of the crew now. So I think it's time we had a new thing.
What's that?
We're going a little retro here. Out with the bikes, in with their horses.
Horses?
The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Pretty dope, right?
What happens now?
What happens now is we don't need no water. Let the mother flipper burn.
We're burning this place?
Sure, fire, hunger, sword, death. You know, the works.
I like the sound of that.
Let's ride.
And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. And hell followed with him. Prosperity Acres is still there, more or less. You can go visit it. Just don't expect to find the vision of tranquility that was outlined at the beginning of this episode. In addition to the fire damage and all the dead bodies, you'll find a lot of graffiti and other vandalism. So if you're looking for the house the horsemen call home, it's not on Eden Avenue anymore. It's Armageddon Avenue now. Be sure to tune in next week for another episode of That's American Living.
You have been listening to the Oral Traditions production of Armageddon Avenue, written by Douglas Clinton and starring Raul Ceballos as the host, Cameron Tubbs as Pestilence, Brennen Matthew as Famine, Jason Olson as War, Stephen Cardinal as Death, Blair Cadden as Shirley Shrillingham, Tessa Payne Clinton as Gloria Grayson, Amanda Daniels as Madeline Madeira, Kat Noel as Antoinette Anderson, Raul Ceballos as the Maitre D, and Tessa Payne Clinton as the Waitress. If you are enjoying our Oral Traditions productions, please head out to iTunes and leave us a review or a comment. Doing so will help other audio drama lovers find our show. You can also follow us on Facebook or on the web at http://oraltraditions.org. Oral Traditions is a production of Straight Talk Entertainment.